Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from York Racecourse from Thursday. It is the 14th of May, 2026. Gonna look at the stakes action here on day two of the Dante meeting. But before I get on to that, remember to follow me on X at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And I mean it around the world. Remember to join me tomorrow for my Pimlico special preview from Laurel and also Saturday for my Preakness preview. But it's a good card today from York. So we're gonna look at races four and five. The fourth race, great group two, and the fifth race, of course, is the Dante. Let's get to it right now. The fourth race is 3:30. It's the co-feature on the program. It's the Group Two Middleton Stakes. It's a Group Two event for Class One horses, going for a $206,500 purse. Races for fillies, for 4-year-olds and upward fillies mares only. Field of five horses go 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. Going to take the five horse See the Fire as a top selection. 5-2-1 in the TriCast trifecta. 5-2-1 TriCast trifecta. Top selection five horse See the Fire. This 5-year-old mare by Sea the Stars. Andrew Balding trains. Ocean Murphy gets to mount. They ran the horse most recently in Nottinghamshire Oaks at Nottingham, a mile and a quarter, 26th of April. And the horse won by a neck that day. And, had to be used a lot that day. Was with him early on. Under the drive, she got the job done. Wasn't the flashiest victors, but was still a very good run. She's refreshing here to York today, where she has 2 victors and 3 offerings. Has always run these terrific races well in the past. Won this race by a dozen last year, quite impressively. I think she could find a trip to win and get start off the campaign even better. Last time out, she needed the race. They found a race. I think this is where they're really targeting for. I think probably the next, the end of the season target. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be the Prix de l'Opera, something like that. But she ran 2 back at Del Mar, mile 3/8 in the Brewers Cup Filly Mare Turf. Finished ninth by 6 lengths that day, and she moved a little bit late from the back of the pack, but she had a very wide posture, which probably cost her that day. And then prior to that, in the Prix de l'Opera at Longchamp over the mile quarter on soft ground, finishing second by a nose. She was the lukewarm 5-2 favorite, but she had a dream trip. She quickened up a lot. She just missed late, but she ran her heart out. Her only loss on this course came on the mile 5/16 of the Judd International back here in the summer, finishing fourth by 4 3/4 lengths that day. She just kind of stalked. Budsman really had a terrific race. Delcroix was a second out winner. This horse just wasn't really getting into it that day. But, prior to that, she had a decent third in the Nassau Stakes, decent third in the Prince of Wales. And like I said, she won this race last year by a dozen lengths to start off to run her second start of the season. She's refreshing here. I think she should be fresh. I'm going to use her on the ticket. I think the 2-horse Diamond Run for Godolphin and William Buick, and also most recently in that British Cup Filly Mare Turf at Del Mar over the mile 3. She finished third by 1 1/4 lengths that day. And again, she was a little lackadaisical early on. She wasn't catching Gazora or she's feeling pretty, who just had the jump on this horse. But this horse, she got around the race course well. Prior to the E.P. Taylor at Woodbine over the mile 1/4 back in August, she finished second by head. Again, she gained a lot of ground. She got beat by probably the best Filly Mare horse at that trip in North America last year, but she still ran her heart out that day. And the Hopping Sticks at Newcastle over the mile quarter, winning by 1 3/4 lengths from a tracking trip. It was a little lesser quality horses, but she really came home clear. And then she won a Haydock quite nicely. She's coming here to a trip that I think she should adore. I'm going to use her on the ticket. But to recap my selection for the 3:30, the fourth race from York, it's the Group 2 Middleton. Going to take the 5-horse, See the Fire. Give kudos to the 2-horse, Diamond Rain. 5-2-1 TriCast trifecta. 5-2 in the multi-race. Heading over to race number 5, the 405 from York, which is a feature of the afternoon. It is the Group 2 Dante Stakes. It's a Group 2 event for Class 1 horses, going for a $225,000 purse. Race for 3-year-olds here. 8 horses going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. The Dante Stakes is kind of like the Florida Derby is to our Derby here in America. If you're an American watching, of course, I'm explaining this to you, because if you're in the UK, you know this. But the Dante is like the Florida Derby, as in it always produces a lot of Derby winners. And, it's that one race you just keep going back to when you're handicapping and looking for your horse for the Derby. So just keep an eye on these horses, because it's a very good race. It's the best Derby prep race usually. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the number 7 horse, Morshidi, as a top selection. I'm going to go 7-3-5 in the TriCast trifecta. 7-3-5 TriCast trifecta. Top selection, 7 horse Morshidi. 3-year-old called by DeBowie here. William Haggas trains. Tom Marquand gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently in the listed Fielden Stakes at Newmarket, a mile and eighth on that Rolly Mile on the 15th of April, and he won by a length that day. He stalked all around the race course. When he got to the front, he is kind of drifting late. It was his first start of the season, so he probably need the race a little leg weary also, but he got the job done. I think he should be a little bit more fresher. He's come back to York where he had a very good race last time as a 2-year-old where he broke his maiden. I think he can improve and get the job done here today. The longer the trip goes, he's going to get better. He ran here in the fall over the 11th of October at York, 1 mile in Class 2 main race where he won by a neck. Had a bit of a wide trip that day, but he got to the front end. He had to use a lot late in the later stages of the race, but he got the job done. A good race after all said and done. And then on soft ground at Sandown over the 7 in Class 4 novice race in September, he finished second by 1/4 lengths at 70 cents to the dollar that day. He just kind of stalked that day and just needed something more. He's definitely improved with every single race. I think going to a mile and a quarter is the next logical step for him. At 7-2, watch out for him here today. I think the 3-horse Christmas Day for Ryan Moore and Aiden O'Brien could be a bit of a Christmas Day if he wins for them. He ran most recently in the Valley Stacks at Leopardstown with the model quarter in September, excuse me, not in September, in April, where he won by half a length, and he stalked all the way around the race course. When Wayne Lawrence did go, he upset it at 11-1. That was a very good run. He ran prior to and in the Airfield Stakes at Leopardstown over the mile and eighth back in October, where he won by a head. And again, he had to be used a lot that day, but he got down the race course well. He's the kind of horse that just took a little bit time to get going, but when he finally did, he really did wonders. If there's a horse right now I could give you a future wager for the St. Ledger, it's probably going to be him. It'll probably be a short price also, but he's bred to go like a mile 3/4, a 2 mile staying trip. He has a beautiful staying, ability. A mile and a quarter say might be a little bit too short, but I think he's a very nicely bred horse here by Camelot, and with the Stars mare coming here 2-1. Watch out for him, but like I said, I think it might be a little bit too short of a trip, and also watch out for the 5-horse item for Colin Keaton and Juddmonte won at Bath back in September quite nicely as a 2-year-old, and one prior to that at Kempton on debut. He's done everything right. Should really improve to the 3-year-old campaign, but might need the race off the bench. But it's a very good Dante here. Any of these three can win. We'll use them all in the place pot here. But to recount my selection for the fifth, the 405 from York, it's the Group 2 Dante Stakes. Going to take the 7-horse Marshidi. Give kudos to the 3-horse Christmas Day and the 5-horse Item. Where are we? 735 Tricast Trifecta. Use them both in the place or quad pot, whatever we decide to play. So good luck to all, and please follow me on X at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.